inside the truck at all times. That does go for any little ones sitting in laps as well. They need to stay fully seated on that same lap the whole time. This is a real truck. I am really driving. The road is bumpy, and we may have to stop suddenly, so it's just safer for everyone. The first leg of our journey is going to be through the Little Ituri Forest. Since it's a forest, it's pretty dense. A lot of these animals can be pretty good at blending in or hiding. So we may have to keep an eye out for some of them.
Who's making on the cigar?
Over on our right here, to make this turn way back in the corner. We have dark brown animals.
Oh my god.
This is an okapi, and they're the only known relative of the giraffe.
Okapi.
They were originally thought to be related to zebras because of the stripes, but they have the same skull shape as giraffes. They're gonna have those same prehensile tongues as well as they used to grab onto leaves and branches. Males are gonna have ossicles on their heads, just like giraffes do. Make sure we're sitting down in the back, please. Have a seat in the back, please. Thank you. Black and white birds to our left are saddle-billed storks. They're going to stand around 5 feet
Over there,
tall. So like other birds, they're not going to tweet or chirp.
Over
They're
there.
just going to rattle their beaks together to make a clicking noise.
It's okay, you'll see it later.
And you can actually tell male and female saddle-billed storks apart by their eye color. Female's going to have bright yellow eyes. Male's going to have dark brown eyes.
Is this crocodile? Is this crocodile?
I don't know. You see anybody?
No?
Anything?
No?
Huh.
That's
I see some bubbles there. I wonder what those bubbles are.
Maybe they're crocodile bubbles.
Huh. Maybe. I don't see any animals here. Are they hiding sometimes?
They're hiding sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Like sometimes you just don't see them, unfortunately.
They have to skip them.
Yeah, like sometimes you can just wait for them to come out.
Okay, right now you're going to see a giraffe.
Over along the tree line to our left is a dark orange antelope resting there. That's a bongo.
Oh, look, the
And
antelope.
you know,
See?
the ghost of the forest because they're so rarely
see it.
seen. They're pretty reckless.
Yeah.
Mostly only active around dawn and dusk.
Very pretty.
And light brown ones over here on the left are kudu. These are all females. The males are going to have horns that can be up to 6 feet long. They have some pretty good camouflage out here as well. The light brown coat's going to help them to blend in with just about anything around them. And the white stripes on their back are going to mimic the sunlight coming down through the trees.
Uh-huh.
Now we headed down into the Safi River Valley. So there's some animals that like to spend their time in and around the water. There's some big grayish white birds up here on the right. These are pink-backed pelicans. This is going to have a beautiful pink color that becomes more vibrant during their mating season, and it's how they get their
I
name.
see it.
They're pretty large. They're going to have up to a 9-foot wingspan.
So what's that smell?
What is it?
Over on our left here, so there's a Nile.
Oh my
hanging out in the water.
god.
Hopefully we get a better view a little further up here.
Yeah. Can
They're
you
going to
see?
spend the majority of their days
Yes.
submerged to keep themselves from overheating, and they really only come out of the water at night or when it's a little bit cooler out so they can graze on land. And once they go underwater, they tend to be there for quite a while. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes, and because of that, they prefer to travel by just sinking down to the bottom of the water and walking
Oh,
along the
so
floor. They can move
cute.
pretty fast that way, about 5 miles per hour, but on land, hippos can run at speeds up to 30 miles per hour.
30 miles.
And they can even sleep underwater if they want to. They can close their nostrils and their ears. They have a natural reflex that's going to bring them to the surface for air and sink them right back down without even having to wake up.
Nice.
Please tell me there's another one. Please. Please be another one.
Now, coming up on the left are some of the strongest jaws in the animal kingdom.
These
Oh,
are
see?
crocodiles. That's
Yeah,
a
that-
crocodile.
It's alligator, mamachica. It's alligator.
No, it's a
Alligator.
crocodile.
It's an alligator, mamachica. I'll show you a crocodile later. Oh, another one! Oh my god, there are 2 of them. 3 of them! Oh my gosh, I just saw them.
Really, there's like 10
They
of
are
them.
known for their bone-crushing jaw strength. They can also be
There was 10 of them?
Yeah, me.
Wow.
They lightly roll their offspring
Me.
wings around in their mouths to put little cracks in the shell. That's going to make hatching just a little
Oh,
bit
it was a
easier for those
crocodile?
babies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And crocodiles are ectothermic, which basically means they can't really regulate their own body temperature. animals around them to help them out with that. So if you ever see a crocodile laying there with its mouth wide open, it's not just waiting for its next meal to crawl on it. It's trying to ventilate itself in order to cool down. Other ways they can do that is by getting in the water or just looking for some shade.
Oh, look at the baobab.
Oh wow! I was wondering was it real or not?
No.
No, baobab.
Now we're going to be headed out onto the Savannah, the big wide open space. Unlike the forest, there's not a lot of hiding spots out here, so a lot of these animals do have to be pretty fast. They even have to start walking or at least standing within the first hour of their lives.
There's one ahead of us.
Yeah.
Another one ahead of us.
It's giraffe, giraffe. Oh my gosh, is it a giraffe? This is
Yes.
a giraffe.
All the trees out here are fully trimmed to the same height, and that is going to be giraffe height. Hopefully we can find some of the Maasai giraffes they call the reserve home. They're going to stand between 16 and 20 feet tall, with their necks alone being about 6 feet long. But they have the same 7 vertebrae that we have in our necks. They're just much, much larger.
You okay?
So good here on the left. It might just be hanging out behind the cave there, but there's a pack of African painted dogs.
Oh.
Each one's going to have a completely unique coat.
Oh my gosh, look at them.
Recognize each other even from a distance.
Wow, they're so pretty.
They're not going to start their day till they've greeted every single member of their pack.
See, 2
These
dogs.
dogs are very group-oriented animals. They're constantly working together in
So
communication.
cute.
They're some of the most successful hunters out here. They're around an 80% success rate. Lions are only going to have around a 20%.
We haven't even seen
Dark
that
brown
thing
animals and
yet,
skin
right?
horns over to
Right.
our left are safe.
Oh, look at them.
They're the emblem
That
for the
was
Harambe
not there
Wildlife Reserve
before.
because when they get threatened,
Yeah,
they're gonna
look at
stand their
those
ground and protect
animals.
their herd, just like we protect these animals out here.
Deer.
And the big light brown antelope over on the left is an eland. All these great
Yeah.
ones are
Eland.
wildebeest. And we're also going to see some cows up here with really big horns.
Oh my
These are
god, look how big they are.
Holy cow.
Is that a cow?
Big light brown antelope.
Wow.
Elands. They're
Is
one of
that
the
a
largest
cow?
African antelopes.
Yeah.
They stand around
Can
6
you
feet
believe
tall
that?
at the shoulders, about the same
That's
height as
crazy.
your arm rest right now.
How
And they like to take their
cows
long,
have
twisted horns,
big
go around the
horns?
bushes, fly whatever
Yeah,
they
big
can.
horns.
They
How
can
do
go
they
far
even?
around.
They
can
probably
be
have a
more
headache
attractive
from
to potentially
wearing those horns.
these wildebeest are really, really big herd animals. There's
Oh.
probably quite a few more around here somewhere, but they're going to migrate in groups
Oh.
of
Is that
millions
zebra?
across Africa every
It's
single year.
no, it's
Making
a,
them the second most densely populated mammal group, just behind
it's another animal, but not zebra.
Wildebeest.
And those Ankole cows
Yes.
are actually the only domesticated animal to live out here.
Look at
Most
that.
wild animals on the
Yes.
reserve. They're seen as a symbol of wealth in parts of Africa, and the more Ankole cows
Oh.
you have, the wealthier you are.
It looks like a
As those
dinosaur.
horns are,
That
they only weigh about
over there
75
looks like a dinosaur,
They
right?
have a honeycomb structure on the inside that's going to help the animal regulate their body temperature.
Oh my god, they have a headache from wearing those horns.
Man, look at this thing. So big. Ujikwa atempo.
Right, Lucas?
Yeah.
Giraffe is coming. Coming in. No, it's standing there.
So just behind the Ankole over on our right, there's some little brown and white antelope
over
resting
there.
in the shade
Yeah.
there. Those are springboks. They're one of my favorite animals out here on the reserve because they're so small but so mighty. They only stand about 2.5 to 3 feet tall, but they do this thing called pronking, which is where they jump up off the ground with all 4 feet. They can jump 6 feet up and over 10 feet forward from a
Oh,
standstill.
look at the giraffe.
Giraffe and
There's
another
Maasai giraffes. They
one.
get their name from the region in Africa that they're from. It's the same region as the
So
Maasai people. So we refer to that spot pattern.
beautiful.
And they're going to spend around 18 hours of the day eating. But when you do that, it doesn't leave a whole lot of time for sleeping. So giraffes only sleep for around 90 minutes each day.
Oh my
And they won't even do it all at the same time either. They're going to take a couple little power naps to make that up.
Wow, that's so interesting about giraffes, right? They almost don't sleep.
Sleeps to be perfect giraffe.
Those baobab trees are real?
Looks like we're headed into elephant territory. They love to act like bulldozers and knock trees over and out of the way to get to those things.
Have you
on
ever
the
seen?
mountain. It looks like
Have you ever seen a reverse giraffe?
Reverse
A
giraffe?
reverse colored giraffe?
What do you mean reverse giraffe? I don't
No,
understand.
a reverse colored giraffe.
Ah, reverse color, yeah.
Have you ever seen of them?
No. I think those are rare.
Yeah, they're actually rare to see in real life.
Yeah.
They're actually real.
They're real, yeah, they do exist.
Yeah. Have you actually seen a real video of those things?
I think I did. But we can watch it together again.
I think I did too. But I forgot what the thing is. But I forgot what it looks like.
Yeah, me too. We should watch it.
Down the road.
Is it on your phone?
Probably.
Sadly, elephants are an endangered species. This is in part due to poaching practices. But an elephant pregnancy also lasts almost 2 whole years, and it's around 22 months, and they just can't make up what they're losing. They have a huge appetite as well and a tendency to raid crop fields, and some farmers have started retaliating against them for it. So Disney researchers partnered up with some farmers in Kenya to figure out what they could do to help protect these animals, and they found out that elephants are afraid of bees. They have very sensitive skin, especially around their trunks, and that makes bee stings pretty painful for them. So the farmers started putting up beehive fences around their property, and it's worked absolute wonders. The elephants would hear the bees and stay as far away as possible. This kept the crop safe from the elephants safe from the farmers, and the farmers also earned a little bit of additional income from the honey produced in those hives, so it worked out pretty well for everyone. And all elephants are going to start their life off in the same way. They're all going to be born into a family herd. It's going to consist of all the adult females and all the children, and it's going to be headed by the matriarch, which is the oldest female elephant. And once a female's born into a family herd, she's probably going to stay with it for her entire life, especially since all those members are going to work together to raise each and every little one born into it. The males, however, when they reach maturity in their early teenage years, are either going to go off on their own or they'll join a small bachelor herd.
I'm gonna shoot you shooting me. Daddy's shooting mommy and mommy is shooting Lucas. Duckies.
I think that's fake.
They fake duckies. Oh, the baobab trees. Yeah, I think they told us that they are.
This is the flamboyance of greater flamingo, and they're called greater flamingo.
Yeah,
because they're the largest
flamingos.
type. They're also going to be a lighter shade of pink, and they get their coloration from the food that they eat, which is brine, shrimp, and krill. When flamingos hatch, they're just little gray fluff balls, but as they get older, they're going to lose those gray feathers, gain some white ones, and slowly turn to that gorgeous shade of pink. And there's a couple down there with some gray feathers still. They're just a couple months old. In the next 2 or so years, they'll be completely pink.
They're young. They're young and hungry. I see the elephant. I see the elephant over there.
Where?
Looking.
Why? There's been
Yeah.
some white rhinos here recently. They love to roll around in mud wallows that we see on the
Did you
left.
see
It's
any
gonna offer a form of
elephants
sunscreen,
over
a bug
there?
repellent, and a way to cool off. And their horns are actually made of keratin, which is the same material as our fingernails. So if you look at the bottoms of the trees or some of the rocks around here, you'll notice that they're kind of rubbed away or coated in mud. You can often find rhinos using those trees and rocks like nail files on their horns or just as a back scratcher.
Lucas, Mamenchika, be careful. Don't put your chin because you may lose your teeth like that if they.
Next animal was normally a little bit harder to find because their spots are really good camouflage in shady areas, but I think it's light enough that makes it a lot easier on us. I see some cheetahs
Oh,
up here to the left.
cheetahs, see? With spots. With two.
Cheetahs are the fastest
big
land
cats,
animal, reaching
two big
speeds up to
cats.
70 miles per hour, only about 3 strides.
Whoa.
They
I
can't
see
keep it up
them.
forever, though,
Yeah.
only around the length of 2 football fields. At that point, they tend to overheat and they have to rest for a while in order to cool down. But it can be hard to control your body when you're running that fast, so they do have a couple tools to help them with that. It has those long tails that they use like a rudder on a boat to change directions. They also have non-retractable claws. Their
I
claws
see
are gonna stay
more.
out 100% of
Over
the
there,
time.
over there,
That's
look.
going to help them
Over
keep
there.
traction while they're running. That way they're not slipping and sliding all over the place.
Oh, she's rolling. So cute. Wow, that's a long tail. That looks like a big cat, right? So beautiful.
Why do tigers have to be real? I think tigers have to be real. I think tigers
The
are
sun isn't
real.
in the best spot for us right now, but up on the Kobe rocks here, I see some lions just doing what they do best. You gotta pay real close up
Why do
here.
lions have
Oh my gosh, look,
There's
the
also a female a
lion.
little bit further
Why
back.
does
She's
lion-
pretty well
Lion.
hidden.
See the lion?
Cheetah.
Laying.
In
Just
true
laying
cat
there.
fashion,
See?
lions are gonna be sleeping or
Do you see
resting
it?
for around 18
Right there, right
hours
there.
of the day.
Look
Yes,
straight.
I
Only charge
did.
out for
Okay,
their
okay,
next
I'm
time,
sorry,
which is
I'm-
gonna
I
happen
didn't
at
know.
night because during the day their eyesight's about the same as ours, but at night it's almost 6 times better.
And the lioness
Females
over
are actually
there.
going to be doing most of that
Oh.
hunting. The males are going to stay back and take care of the rest of the pride. Unlike cheetahs,
Which
lions do
includes
have
what
retractable
exactly?
claws. They can pull them in when they want to, just like a house cat, and that's going to help them to be stealthy while they're hunting.
Oh my gosh, ostriches.
Some female ostriches up here on the right. There's also, kind of by the trees in the middle, there's a female water buck back there. You just kind of see her follow-me spot poking out. Male water buck are going to have horns, as females don't, and they get their name from the amount of time they spent in and around the water. Often as a place to retreat from predators, but their skin even secretes an oily solution. It's going to help to make their fur almost water resistant, so they can spend even more time on it. Like I said, these ostriches up here are also females. Females are going to have these gray feathers. Males have black and white. And they are the largest bird. They can stand up to 9 feet tall. These ladies are a little closer to about 6.5, 7 feet. They're all kind of at eye level with me when they're near the truck. And they are flightless, but their wings aren't entirely useless. They can run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour. So they're going to use those wings to help them change directions while they do that. Just like chickens, ostriches lay eggs. Sometimes they hatch, sometimes they don't. And it looks like they actually laid a couple up here on the right. Oh, wow. You see how massive
Look,
those eggs are?
eggs.
Pretty fitting for the largest
Oh my gosh, they
bird.
look like bowling
Each
balls.
one's gonna weigh about 3 pounds, which is the same as a dozen chicken eggs. And the shells are pretty sturdy too. A grown adult human can actually stand on one without breaking it.
Bowling
Those baby
balls. I
ostriches have
meant
a
not
lot
bowling
of work
balls,
to do
but the
before they
ones for the
hatch.
pool balls. In a nice triangle.
And we're about to head around the Warden's Post, which means we're almost back to the village. But there's one more type of animal to see out here today. The Warden has some Nigerian dwarf goats. These are dwarf goats. They're going to be smaller than other types, which
Oh,
makes
they're
them
so
awesome
cute.
for conservation. They're going to take up less room and less resources. They also produce a pretty sweet milk that can be sold for high prices, so they're good for the economy too.